Welcome to The Explainer, everyone. I'm absolutely pumped you're here today because, well, we are breaking down something truly massive. When the 2026 World Cup kicks off, it's not just going to be historic because of its sheer scale. 104 matches spreading across North America. No, it's about to be the most radically rule-change tournament in the entire history of the sport. Literally, the game you know and love is getting a total rulebook rewrite.
Which instantly begs the question, right? How do you actually stop modern football's most cynical tactics? Look, we all know the villains of the modern game. The blatant time wasting, the tactical fake injuries, those agonizingly slow walks off the pitch. For years, we've all been pulling our hair out over these dark arts that just bleed precious minutes off the clock. Well, FIFA is finally taking them head on, and let me tell you, their solutions are drastic.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap. We're going to hit the biggest rules shakeup. Then look at the war on time wasting, cracking down on conduct, new powers for VAR, and finally, the tactical impacts.
Section 1. The biggest rule shakeup, 2026 changes everything.
So, this is officially the most rule-change tournament ever. We aren't just talking about tweaking a few guidelines here. It is a fundamental shift targeting time wasting, dissent, and restarts. And the absolute key takeaway you need to remember, immediate and severe. The consequences for breaking these new rules are going to be instant and they are going to be punishing. There's no easing into this. The whole shebang applies across all 104 matches, starting right from the jump on June 11th, 2026.
Moving on to Section 2, the war on time wasting, the era of accountability.
FIFA's aggressive new strategy is built around one singular goal: keeping the damn ball in play. And let's start with the crucial number, 5. 5 seconds. That is literally all the time a player now has to execute a throw-in or a goal kick once they've got the ball and are ready to take it. And guys, the breaches of this 5-second rule are an absolute game changer. If you delay a throw-in, boom, it's an immediate turnover to the opposition. But if a goalkeeper delays a goal kick, the referee awards a corner kick to the opposing team. I mean, paint this visceral scenario in your head for a second. Imagine your team is desperately clinging to a 1-0 lead. It's the 89th minute. Your keeper decides to pull that classic, casual stroll to place the ball for a goal kick, just to kill some time. The ref blows the whistle. Instantly, your time wasting has just conceded a highly dangerous corner kick in the dying moments of the game. The stakes are just incredibly high now.
Okay, let's keep this rapid-fire pace going with our next critical countdown number, 10. 10 seconds.
This one targets the substitution process. We all know the old way of making a sub, especially when a team is winning, right? That agonizingly slow walk to the touchline just to completely kill the opponent's momentum. Well, the new way? If a substituted player doesn't exit the pitch at the nearest point within 10 seconds, the consequences are brutal. The incoming sub is held back, and the offending team is punished by playing with a 10-man squad for 1 full minute. You are literally handed a temporary numerical disadvantage just for lingering. And that brings us to the final, decisive number in this all-out war on time wasting, 60.
Yep, the 60-second rule for off-field treatment. We've all seen players feign or exaggerate injuries to force stoppages and completely disrupt the flow of the game. Now, if you require on-pitch medical attention from a physio, you've got to leave the pitch and wait a mandatory 60 seconds before returning. There are a few specific exceptions to ensure player safety, of course, like for goalkeepers or if a player suffered a genuine injury from a severe foul that resulted in a card. But for the most part, the fake injury tactic is dead in the water. You fake it, you leave your team a man down for a full minute. Period.
Now, what's really interesting is this next part, Section 3, cracking down on conduct, removing ambiguity. FIFA is heavily targeting a very specific visually striking gesture, mouth covering. That's placing a hand over your mouth during a heated confrontation with an opponent. Players do this typically to hide potentially insulting or inflammatory remarks from lip-reading cameras and officials. Honestly, it's kind of become a staple of modern football drama.
But get a load of this penalty. Immediate red card. No way, right? The shock value here is massive. The new rule removes absolutely all ambiguity. The mere act of covering your mouth in a confrontational moment is an instant dismissal. It doesn't even matter what is actually said. The gesture itself is the offense. Just imagine a player throwing away their World Cup dream in the group stages simply because of a habitual hand gesture. Players and national associations are going to have to drill this out of their squads immediately.
Moving right along, Section 4, new powers for VAR, technical upgrades.
These new VAR updates brilliantly illustrate how FIFA is trying to strike a very delicate balance with technology.
VAR now has two specific new applications. For corner kicks, VAR can verify the last touch quickly before a restart to ensure a corner or goal kick is correctly awarded, but they absolutely cannot cause unnecessary delays while doing it. As for second yellow cards, VAR can overturn an incorrect second yellow to save a player from being unfairly sent off. However, VAR cannot proactively identify missed bookable offenses. Basically, FIFA wants to fix clear errors that alter the match, but they are strictly preventing VAR from hunting down marginal fouls and re-refereeing the entire game.
Finally, let's wrap this up with Section 5, Tactical Impacts and Consequences, the new reality.
So what does this all mean when the whistle actually blows? Look, if you take anything away from this explainer, let it be this summary right here. For managers, those old cynical game management tactics, making slow subs, faking injuries, are now active liabilities that will straight up cost you the game. Teams have to adapt instantly. For players, habitual confrontational gestures carry severe tournament consequences. And for referees, wow, their jobs just got incredibly difficult. They're facing a massive increase in complex, multitasking decision-making, balancing countdowns alongside normal play. But for us, the fans, this is fantastic news. We're going to see significantly more actual ball and play time per 90 minutes.
Which leaves us with this final, provocative thought. Will these rules save the beautiful game? Or will they cause absolute World Cup chaos? I mean, with strict countdowns, 1-minute numerical disadvantages, and straight red cards for covering your mouth, the group stages are going to be a fascinating testing ground. Will players adapt? Or are we going to see unprecedented drama? I absolutely cannot wait to find out. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and be sure to keep your eyes on the clock come June 2026.